Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another AutoCAD video. As in the previous video we have already discussed about table command. Now in this video we are going to execute two of the most important commands which we will use in the AutoCAD and which are hatch and gradient. Now let's get started. As I always say, whenever you will enter into this AutoCAD tab, you should have specified your units and limit first, and then you should do work. So first of all, specify your units and limits. As I have already specified my units and limits here, so now let's get started. First of all, you have to draw this kind of rectangle for hatch and gradient. For example, I am going to say that I am going to draw a random rectangle like that. And now first of all, before doing any kind of work, let me introduce you this kind of command. Actually, in drawing in plans, actually we have to specify even the solid thing with some kind of symbol. For example, we use whenever we use the solid wall in a 2D drawing, we actually show this from a symbol like lines. And if you wanted to show some greenery, you can show this with green dots and these kind of things. And if you want to show a solid object, then you can also use the gradient command and solid coloring. So these commands are used for that purpose. And now for a little bit more clarity, I'm just going to show you that. For example, as this is my selected object, as you can see here, the hatch command is executed here, as you can see. And now if we zoom in a little bit, as you can see, this is a pathway, and actually a hatch command is executed here. As you can see, there are different kind of tiles, as you can see, from pathways. And this is my greenery. This is shown from different kind of dots. And if there is some kind of solid objects like a water body, this is shown by a gradient hatch, solid hatch, or a gradient command. This can be shown. So these kind of things, when we actually show these kind of things in drawing, we should have used the hatch and solid command. So now let's get started and let's execute this command. Alright, we have this rectangle here, as you can see. Now if I click on H, there are different kind of methods to draw this command. For example, we can go to draw menu and there's an option of hatch. In case if you don't have this menu bar here, you can go to here and you can select show menu bar from here. As I have already shown my menu bar here, there's an option of hide menu bar. So now I'm going to execute also from here, as you can see. For example, if we click here, this kind of tab will appear, as you can see. First of all, I will say that I am okay with all these kind of stats, and I will pick my points. So I'm picking my points outside of this rectangle, as you can see here, and it is actually giving an error and saying that a closed boundary could not be determined. It means that for hatch and gradient, there should be a closed boundary. Hatch and this command can be executed in a closed boundary. So I'm going again to hatch command. I'm just pressing on escape. I'm again going to hatch command. The shortcut for this command is H enter. Now there's different kind of things. I will explain you one by one. There's type, pattern. You can select your pattern from here, as you can see. There are different kind of things. From example, if you want to show some kind of sand, some kind of bricks like that, bricks in 3D like that, I'm selecting this. We are actually executing bricks in 3D. So I'm just clicking on OK. And now, without doing anything to scale and these kind of commands, we will just add pick points like this. And there will be also a selection sign, as you can see here. If we just click on enter and OK, as you can see there, this command has been executed. For example, if we zoom in a little bit, you can show that it will actually showing the bricks in 3D like that. There are perpendicular stretches, as you can see here. Now if we click on this command and hatch edit, again going to this command, and if we will increase the scale a little bit, like I will say that 8, and just clicking on OK, as you can see there, this will create some more gap between, and it will increase actually the size of the hatch. Now again I'm going to hatch edit. I'm selecting this. Actually we have covered these kind of commands, and we can change your pattern from here, and you can also change your color from here by layer, and there are select color options. And if I'm going to change this color to red like that, and I'm just clicking on OK, actually you can see that all my bricks are now converted into red color. So again I'm clicking here, we have to execute a bit more commands. As you can see here, we have defined these kind of things, the pattern, the color, the swatch and the scale. Now I am going with angle. I will say that my bricks will be at 45 angle. So if I click OK here, and you can see this, the bricks has been actually turned the angle. We have actually turned the angle for our bricks, as you can see here. Now I am again going to click here and enter. Now there are different kind of options and you have not concerned with it, and this one option we will be discussing in this lecture. Again I am going to draw some kind of other object, for example this kind of object. And actually if you want to create a solid object, if you want to create if you don't want to create a hatch like this, and if you want to create a solid object, you will use a gradient command. For example, most of the times we use it in our zoning plans. So for gradient I will GRE. Actually I forget the short key. I will select it from here, as you can see. Also you can give from hatch command, you can select it from hatch command, H enter, and you can go to gradient from here, and there are different gradient types. For example, you can select one color or you can select two color. I'm going here with one color, and I'm selecting my points like this one and this one, and just clicking on OK. And if I select there and delete it, as you can see, as I have selected these two boundaries, but the gradient was overall a single object. Now if I want to gradient if I want to create a gradient for these two boundaries separately, I will just go to again H enter hatch. I will go to again gradient and check this box, create separate hatches. And now I will go to again add my pick points like that. Now you can see it, there are separate hatches. And actually separate hatches are very important, because if you want to do a change in this one and you don't want to delete this, you will actually select the separate hatches. So I'm just going to delete all of these. And in case there's another problem, for example if I go to gradient command and check this one, as you can see here, and now you can see sometimes this line, this line which is center to these two gradients, this line will actually disappear. And in case if this line will disappear, you will select this line, polyline, or you will select the gradient, one of them. You will select this line, polyline, and you will right click on your mouse and go to draw order and make it bring to front. In case we don't find this trouble in this case, but in case you find this trouble, you will do this. And actually you can also do this. For example, select this gradient and go to right click on your mouse and go to draw order, send to back. And these kind of things you can actually do with hatch and gradient command. Now I am going to execute a two color gradient. For example, I will again enter into H enter, and I will go to gradient. I am just clicking my there's no pick points. Now I'm going to show a boundary, for example like that. And now again I'm going to gradient command like this one, and I'm going to show you two color gradient. One will be blue, second will be yellow. You can also change the color from here. As you can go here, you can change from here, three dots. As you can see, you can change your colors. And now I am okay with that. I am selecting my pick points. Now I have selected my pick point. Actually you can see that this is actually showing two colors, blue and yellow. This is the way you can execute these commands, and most of the time we will use these commands rapidly, you will see. And that's all for today's video, and thank you.